Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's a brand new week and Arsenal are working on brand new deals. Now, today is the last day of the month, that is June, and Arsenal are hoping to complete one more transfer before we get into July. Arsenal are hoping to finalize a deal for the fourth signing of the summer, that is Christian Mosquera. According to Fabrizio, a bid is being sent in and Arsenal and Valencia should be able to agree a deal for Mosquera today. We are also talking Hugo Ekitike now. Guys, Arsenal have been very patient with RB Leipzig and Victor Gyökeres with Sporting. But the problem is that RB Leipzig and Sporting are seeming to take their time in negotiations when it comes to their striker deals. Now, Arsenal are saying if we don't get a resolution very soon for both of your strikers, we are going to be moving on to other targets, and now they're threatening with Hugo Ekitike, with reports saying that Arsenal have real interest in Hugo Ekitike, one of the players that are really priced at a very, very high price, 100 million euros. But Arsenal is saying we will move on to Hugo Ekitike if we don't get an answer from RB Leipzig and Benjamin Sesko's camp very, very soon. We'll talk about Victor Gyökeres. Another interview has come out from Sporting, and they are confirming that Arsenal will not get Victor Gyökeres for 70 million euros. They are confirming that once again. We'll talk about Thomas Partey because today, again, is the last day of Thomas Partey as an Arsenal player. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about this. Like people are saying, today is the last day. It has been confirmed by David Onstein. Partey will be leaving Arsenal after his contract expires today. We'll be talking about Christian Nogan as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. What are your thoughts on Hugo Ekitike? I want to know, because Ekitike is one of the players that really hit the ground running last campaign. Had more goals than Benjamin Sesko, is a little bit younger as well. He's 23, so maybe if Arsenal invested in Hugo Ekitike, he would be closer to Alexander Isak, and he would be closer to Victor Gyökeres because he's one of the players that actually put up very good numbers last season. So talk to me about Hugo Ekitike. Compare Hugo Ekitike to Gyökeres and Sesko, because we're gonna do that on this video. But before we do that, let's get into some of the interesting stuff. And Fabrizio Romano this morning has been talking about, Arsenal's fourth signing of the summer. And he says that a bid should be going in very, very soon from Arsenal to Valencia. And the fourth signing of the summer should be, we understand, should actually get done anytime soon today. And that is Christian Mosquera. Fabrizio says that at the moment, Arsenal have agreed personal terms fully with the player. A first bid of about 13 to 14 million was rejected. Arsenal's second bid around 18 million will be arriving very, very soon. So Christian Mosquera is expected to be an Arsenal player by the time Arsenal end this month. I think not a lot of work is left to do on this deal, if I'm honest. Not a lot of work is left to do. If Arsenal have agreed everything in terms of the contract with Christian Mosquera, and we have almost have a gentleman's agreement with Valencia on the price. The valuation between Valencia and Arsenal on the price is not catastrophically apart. Like, if you look at Arsenal's valuation and Crystal Palace's valuation on Maguire, that is miles apart. Palace want like 50 million and Arsenal want to pay about 25 million for a new centre-back this summer. But when you think about Valencia and Arsenal, we want to pay 25 million euros for a player that is about 19 million pounds. And Valencia are asking for about 20 to 21 million pounds. The difference is about 1 to 2 million, and that could be sorted out as we speak, right? A new round of talks is scheduled for today, and we expect that to result into a final agreement. Like I said last week, I didn't say this yesterday, I said it probably on Friday or Thursday, that a first bid is always going to test the waters, but this is a deal, if Arsenal are really serious, this is a deal you do within 2 bids. You bid only twice, right? I don't expect another bid rejected by Valencia from Arsenal. It would be embarrassing. You're trying to do a 19 million deal and your first bid is 13 million. and then the next bid is rejected as well, it would be embarrassing. So I think what Arsenal and Valencia are doing right now is they're trying to understand the structure. They're trying to agree on a structure. Such a deal is always not going to be easy. Why? Because Arsenal are trying to press Valencia into succumbing to a low fee. And maybe Valencia, the only way Valencia can get good money out of such a deal where the player's already agreed personal terms, the player is keen on joining Arsenal, the only way Valencia get very good money out of this deal is if they get some very good bonuses and some very good additional add-ons, right? So I think Valencia are trying to tell us, okay, you can give us 15 million, that's okay, but we want an extra 5 million in add-ons, and that is going to be negotiated. What is the structure of the add-ons? What are the conditions for the add-ons? Maybe Arsenal say, if we win the Champions League, you get this amount. If we win the Premier League, you get this amount. If he plays 20 games in his first season, you get this amount. If he does this and that, you get this amount. But that should be finalized, and Arsenal could get their fourth signing of the summer today if we reach an agreement with Valencia. And that is commendable, by the way. If you think about it, that is commendable from Andre Bata. He has just come in. This is his first transfer window. It's a very important transfer window for Arsenal, and he's getting deals done. If you've done Martin Zubimendi, a very important player. I mean, by the time we signed Zubimendi, he wasn't that important because we were thinking that Partey was going to stay. We were thinking that the team was going to keep hold of Partey. And maybe Andre Bata thought the same as well. Partey is going to stay. Zubimendi is not such an important deal. But as we've grown in the window, Partey and Arsenal failed to agree terms and conditions to a new deal, and now Martin Zubimendi becomes a very important signing, more than you can think about this summer. Actually, I can tell you this, Arsenal's success next season is directly proportionally related to the success of Martin Zubimendi. If Zubimendi succeeds at Arsenal, there is a big chance we're going to win games, we're going to be comfortable, and we're going to cause a lot of problems for clubs. But if Martin Zubimendi doesn't succeed, if he fails, then this Arsenal team definitely are going to struggle. But Andre Bata, get your flowers, you deserve them. You've done a very good job in terms of getting such a wonderful player, and then he's done other deals. Christian Nogard has come in, Mosquera is getting done, and Kepa is also getting done. Yes, he hasn't brought the center forward yet, but that should be coming very, very soon. And let's talk about the center forward situation. So Arsenal, and this is true by the way, guys, right? Arsenal are threatening to move on to the Hugo Ekitike deal, right? This is according to Bild in German, and of course we know that Hugo Ekitike is a player playing for Eintracht Frankfurt in German. So when Bild are reporting about this, they actually have some sources. And what are they saying? They're saying that Hugo Ekitike is a serious option for Arsenal. Voices are saying if Arsenal can't significantly negotiate a price for Gyökeres or Šeško, and a higher fee would be required for a new striker anyway, Ekitike will become a real attraction. I am surprised at the wording of this article, right? I am very, very surprised. I'm shocked and very surprised at the wording of this article, right? Because they are saying if a higher price is needed to secure a striker, then Arsenal will consider Hugo Ekitike. Now, we know that Arsenal have considered Hugo Ekitike before. This is not the first time we are hearing the name of Hugo Ekitike around Arsenal. Actually, Hugo Ekitike was first mentioned around May, when it was becoming clearer and clearer that Arsenal were not going to get the signing of Alexander Isak. And that is when we started hearing maybe Arsenal could consider other players. Maybe Arsenal could consider players that are closer to Alexander Isak, and Hugo Ekitike became a real topic. And I remember I talked about him and I said he's a player that has kind of blown up in the last season. Eintracht Frankfurt are saying they want 100 million euros. Is he worth it? Now, Hugo Ekitike, are Arsenal really going to go for this deal? In my opinion, I'm going to be honest, I don't think so. The reason that maybe Arsenal are trying to do this, they're trying to threaten Benjamin Šeško's camp and Victor Gyökeres's camp to act on their interest in joining the club. Otherwise, time is going. Mikel Arteta set an ultimatum. He wants a new striker by the time we go to Asia for our preseason. July 19th, that is 19 days away, Mikel wants a new centre forward. And if you're going to sign a new centre forward in 19 days, by today, you must know who it's going to be, right? Is it going to be Gyökeres? Is it going to be Sporting? Now, is it going to be Šeško? Sporting. Sporting is not a striker, it's a club. Now, the problem with these two deals is RB Leipzig, until now, are still trying to reach that 80 million euro mark. Now, we understand that they're no longer asking for the 100 million euros and the 90 million euros that they were asking for initially, but they want 70 million euros plus add-ons that reach 80 million euros. Arsenal as a club are saying, we want everything, right? We want the whole package to be 70 million euros. We don't want to reach 80 million euros. And they've told Leipzig, if you're willing to accept that, we can do a deal. If you're not willing to accept that, we can wait. For Victor Gyökeres, they're willing to pay even less. Now, for Victor Gyökeres, we are being told that Arsenal have an agreement with Gyökeres to pay 60 million euros guaranteed plus 10 million euros in add-ons, which is 70 million euros, technically making the deal about 58 million pounds. Now, that gives us a picture of what Arsenal are willing to spend on a new centre forward this summer. And whether that is because Arsenal don't believe there is enough quality on the market, we will never know. Because João Pedro has been there, available for 50 million pounds plus add-ons. Arsenal have not done that deal. I mean, if Arsenal were really thinking about just the price, they would have done the João Pedro deal. But it seems that Arsenal have a clear plan on who they want and how much they want to pay for that player. If it's Gyökeres, it is about 60 million euros guaranteed. If it is Šeško, about 70 million euros guaranteed. They don't want to pay above that. And that's why they're talking about Ekitike. And now that's why they're threatening these guys with this Hugo Ekitike deal. If you don't sell to us, we are going to go for Hugo Ekitike. And Arsenal are smart by doing this. They know that if Arsenal sign Ekitike, everything becomes worse. It destroys the market because Ekitike could potentially go for 80 million euros if negotiations happen. If Hugo Ekitike goes for 80 million euros, right? How much is Šeško going to go for? How much is Gyökeres going to go for? Because Arsenal are the leading contender to sign a centre forward now. Now that Chelsea have signed João Pedro, unless Chelsea are saying, we shall sign João Pedro, we sign Bino Gittens, right? And then sign another centre forward. Well, that would be ambitious, Chelsea. That would be ambitious, but I don't think so. I think they have signed Delap, they have signed Gittens, they have Noni Madueke there, and now they have signed João Pedro. Pedro Neto and João Pedro could be the wingers and Gittens and Madueke, and then at centre forward, Nicholas Jackson and Liam Delap. Is it called Liam Delap? Oh, am I getting his name wrong? Right? And then Delap, right? The guy they got from Ipswich. Now, that means that Chelsea are out of the market. If Chelsea are out of the market, that leaves you with Liverpool as a club that can pay good money for a centre forward after selling Darwin Núñez. That leaves you with Arsenal. They have their 60 million euros, 70 million euros, if anyone is open to agreeing a deal. And that leaves you with Manchester United. And with United, we don't know if they have the money unless they sell Garnacho and Rashford and maybe Mainu and maybe other players, right? So this is a message from Arsenal to RB Leipzig, to Sporting. Agree a deal or we are going to walk away. But Ekitike, we'll talk about him. He's also a very, very exciting prospect to think about. And then Arsenal will be parting ways with Thomas Partey tomorrow. Today is the last day of Thomas Partey as an Arsenal player. I want you to type your rating of Thomas Partey's time at Arsenal. Personally, a 7 out of 10. I would have given him a higher rating. And I know people are going to say, look, he doesn't rate him. He doesn't like him. Not really. But the reason as to why I'm going to give Partey a 7 out of 10 rating, I'm rating his time at Arsenal. I'm not rating his talent. Is that during that time, Arsenal basically won nothing. That's number one. But also, secondly, he has been too injury prone for my liking. So for me, 7 out of 10. Okay, 7 out of 10, and I hope I'm right. This week we expect Christian Nogard to fly in for medicals. I've told you that before. I said that yesterday on the deals that could happen this week. Christian Nogard should be flying in for medicals, and if we agree a deal early enough for this guy, Christian Mosquera, we might have 2 medicals once again this week. So that's what that's what I expect to happen today, and that is the morning show. More shows coming your way. Hit the like button, but turn on notifications, please. Always turn on notifications to get the breaking stories.